Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'll be reviewing the final round of the Lake Erie Lockdown Tournament. Final round being the fourth round. My opponent is Frederick Bao 5-Dan. Now, I have a long history with Frederick. We're both good friends, but also great rivals, even greater rivals. So, back in 2016, I met Fred at the Go Congress, US Go Congress in Boston. One of our mutual friends introduced us to each other, and at that tournament, we didn't play in the main tournament. We were both 3-Dan at the time, by the way, but we were paired against each other, I should say, in the Die Hard tournament, which is a one-day tournament at Go Congress that they have on the off day for people who need to get their kick of Go for the day. So it's not as serious as the main tournament, but it's still a tournament AGA rated game. So I played Fred there, and I beat him. And that was kind of the first game we played, both 3-Dan. And since then, it's been, must be 3 Go Congresses since then. I don't think he went to the one directly after, but he's been to the 2 since. And we play pretty much games once or twice when we're there. Now, Fred and I, he is also a very young guy, very much a kid. So we have actually played in the adult youth Parago tournaments that happen at the Go Congress in I believe 2018. The one in Williamsburg, we got first place, and the one in Madison, Wisconsin last year, we got second place. So we are actually Parago partners as well, which is very fun, of course. Now, what is our history? So we've only played that one tournament game 3 years ago when we were 3-Dan, so you can barely count it. But he was preparing for the Redmond Cup this year, which is a youth tournament created by Michael Redmond, I believe, to promote Youth Go. And we had a stint for like a week where he wanted to practice for the game, so we played pretty serious games online. And I actually won all the games. They were all even games. I actually won the games. So something about my style or something, Frederick has trouble against me. And I don't know what it is. Like, I should not have it. I think he beat me in one game last year at the Go Congress, like a super fast blitz game. But besides that, I have a clean sweep over Fred. And again, this is just, like, I'm not trying to talk smack on Fred. I love Fred. He's my good buddy, just saying it as it is, you know? So, yeah, I have a pretty strong record against Fred. And so I was feeling pretty confident in this game going into it. We were both 2-1. So this would decide top positions basically for the tournament. There's basically to decide who's going to be in the top 3 and who isn't. So with that out of the way, let's get into the game. So yeah, Fred really wants to beat me. He always talks about how he really wants to beat me. So yeah, he comes, with fists of fury coming in hot. So let's see how he does. I am white. He is black, so once again, another tournament, I play only white. But that's just a dice roll, because this is an even game. There was Nagiri, so I do have Komi. Back off in the corner, so standard opening, back off in the corner. And then black approaches on the inside. A little peculiar, because of the lower right, I'd really want to play on this side. If white backs off, then I can think about playing this kind of move. Really help develop the bottom side. So, but maybe it's Fred's style to get into white's area. I kick, similar to my last game. Kick to not fully protect, but to get some protection in the corner. And then black extends. And then, of course, I play at the, not weakness, but at the spot you want to look for in the bottom right. And this is another reason why I kicked, to help solidify my stone. So it has allies in the near vicinity. And he comes in immediately. So I protect the corner. And here's a very important point. he attaches on top and basically gives up. You can see I protect, and he basically just gives up the stone. Now, this is not so good for black, and the reason is black actually exchanged a lot for this move, or black lost a lot with this move in the corner, right? Without this move, black can basically invade the 3-3, and if white comes down, black can more or less live pretty easily. Black has many options, but you get the point. Black can live. Or white lets black connect and, takes a local loss. Like this. Something. But there's Aji in the corner, basically, at this 3-3 spot. That's the main point. Once black exchanges this, though, there's no more Aji in the corner. If black just tries to invade later, because of black exchanging h3 for white e2, there's no way black can live. So black has exchanged this stone for the corner. So black wants to get pretty good gain with this stone. So black really needs to pincer. And if white jumps, then jump out. Black needs to use this h3 stone to attack the two stones. Because again, black exchanged the outside for the corner. To put it in perspective, black could have played the exact same way in the game. Right, let's say white does that. Right, this is what happened in the game. But notice now, later, black can actually just invade. So white's side is not as big. But since in the game, black exchanged this first, and then did this, we can see now this corner and the side are completely solid. So white already has 25 to 30 points on the bottom, maybe a little bit more. And with Komi, that's approaching a lot of points, where black really doesn't have any points yet. Again, black's going Moyo style, so we can't say black's out of it yet. But I will say I was feeling very good about this game at this point. And then black plays on this side. It's an interesting spot, but again, Moyo is his plan. I don't really play Moyo style, so I can't really say for sure what the best move is. Like, I would just say, protect the corner and move on, but he plays here. Good thing about this move is he doesn't want to protect the cut directly, because it would just be too slow. So this stone here would help any cuts white does here, like this. It would help having a stone in the area. But my counter extend, again, looking at invasion at c8. Black pushes. I Hane. Not afraid of the cut here. Again, with this cut here as well, it's pretty hard for black. Black could just give up the stones, which I don't think is too bad of an idea, honestly. Also, it's important to note, let's say black plays really aggressively and does stuff like this. There's nothing here for black because white can descend, and white has an eye, black has no eye. So white is completely safe on the bottom, even though it looks like there's a cut at j4. But yeah, I don't think this is really too bad. Again, with black's overall strategy, if something like this happened, black's wall has holes in it, but it does connect black's right side of the board with the left side. And whenever you can do that, that generally means you're going to get a pretty big Moyo. Again, there's cuts and whatnot, but you'll see in the game, it's also important to note white would like to go here, but when black just connects solidly, white doesn't look so good, liberty-wise. And maybe what is the best way for black, actually? Maybe black would like to peep first. Actually, it's tricky, because white can do this. And it's still I versus no I. So maybe white could go there. But you can see by going here, white just fixes, and now black can no longer connect his two sides. And I think he did this because he was trying to fix this weakness at c8 in Sente, so he could ignore. This is a very big spot, but I disagree about him fixing. So this move really only works because white has c12. So notice if black tries to surround, the move white looks for is this move at b8. Notice it's threatening to connect at b6 or b10. If black blocks at b6, white can cut or can attach and cut. And notice when black Atari's here, this move's a double Atari, so black has to capture here, but then white can cut there. And technically there's this ko, but obviously this ko is humongous. And even if black, let's say black makes a ko threat, it's very hard for black to win this ko. Wait, it's not even ko, right? No, it's not ko. There's just nothing black can do. So yeah, that would just be a disaster. If black protects on this side though, white would then be able to connect in the corner. So that's why having c12 is important, so that white can connect on either side. So black plays a strong move and just descends. The point of this is if white just jumps out, black can then, similarly to the variation that it just showed, black this time though can connect. Again, white cannot hane to disconnect black because this is just too painful, right? White would just die locally. So, yeah, white's attack here would just kind of be for naught. But white plays there. The point of this move is to prevent what I just showed. And again, this move works because white has a move at c12. Black would like to be able to play aggressively here, but white can just simply connect. So black has to extend up, but then white can jump out. So now you can see black has two weak groups. And black has two weak groups on the left side, and white has all this cash on the bottom. I was definitely feeling good so far. Oh, I hane'd first though. Point of the hane is there is Aji with this move, but by making the exchange with the hane, it will allow me to Atari and then ladder these stones here, which would be just a huge gain in the upper left. So it's to allow me to extend here. Without this exchange, like this, black can just wedge. And it will just be a little out of order. It just wouldn't force black to go here. Black could then connect or do something else, right? And then can maybe do something like this. Maybe the order of moves doesn't matter here, but I felt like it did. So that's why I did that. That's why I did that first. And nope, he went here. And I've connected, black connected, and then I played jump, hane, extend, push there, block, and then he fixes. That's very important for black's shape. I come down though. Maybe the coming down isn't so good. I think I could just extend. But this move is, can't say it's bad, because I can still jump anyways. Forces, and then jumps. Jump again, and then he connects. So this is actually connected. But again, with black's cuts here, black does need to be careful. And then I attach. So I think this move's a mistake. I should just not even touch that shape. I should just extend out or do something. Because doing it this way, it does help my stones here, but it gives black an eye here. And there was no reason to give black an eye. So I should just extend. If black jumps, then getting this hane is big. Actually, black jumps. Now I can cut. The reason being is if black makes this exchange, then I'll be able to cut black here. If black doesn't make that exchange, then I'll be able to cut through anyway. So then I'll get a little bit in the center. So black really can only, I don't know, do a move like this. But then it will allow me to get moves in the center. So I think just extending at J10 is better than what I did. Again, I get forcing moves, but I give black an eye. So I think this is good for black. Yeah, after this, it's very hard to kill black. Not that I was trying to kill black, but it's always nice, you know? Especially after a long day of playing games, you know. A nice quick final round, you know, would be just fine by me. Extend, and then extend makes it tiger's mouth, or diagonal, Kosumi. Extend, of course. Black blocks, I hane, then black plays here. And this is a very big turning point in the game, because I went here, but this allows black to get this move in sente. White ignores, black can then cut and then descend. There's nothing white can do to win this liberty race after this hane. White does something like this, black can do that, and yeah, there's just no way for white to do anything. So that means I needed to protect when the game I did, which allowed black to get the first move in the center. Whereas if I go here, even though black reduces a little bit, there's nothing with these cuts. I can just descend or go there, or maybe just descend, but you can see I get a move on the top. And if black tries to cut, see now because of, even though I descended, it now protects the weaknesses here. So I lost tempo by just blocking. So this was a big mistake by me. He gets that move, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time to, you know, play a move out this way. Maybe it's honte to like jump out here, but I was like, I have the upper left and I have the lower side. Black's only points right now are like the 3 points he has here. So I just jump into the right side and everything will be fine. That was my mentality, at least. But of course, I ignored black in the center, so black gets his forcing move. And then black goes here. This is, I don't think, a good move, because after this, if black tries to hane here, white can just block. So black really needed to go here first, at least. You know, if white extends, then black can go here. If white goes here, though, then black extends here. And you can see, even though white might get points, or get some shape in the center, black wouldn't do this directly, but you can see black can actually get some points on the top. So this hane is much bigger than this move. These moves are very vulgar for black. Like, there's no reason to make these exchanges now. They're co-threats. You make these two stones heavy. Like, there's lots of reason not to do this. So don't make these exchanges if you don't have to. Then he comes down. Iron Pill is very solid. Yeah, it's very solid. I push and cut now, just to see how black answers. He fixes there, so this is I think this is a good move, right? So if black just like fixes the aji in the corner, there's a really bad aji in the center. One, white can directly cut. Let's say black does something like this. Yeah, there's lots of bad aji. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Just black has to protect on this side, but then white gets this turn, and yeah, you can see black's center. Yeah, that move might be a bit much, but you can see black's center is now getting cut off, which is very bad for black. So that's why black fixed the cut, but then I can play this move, and this move's very annoying. Basically, it's looking at this hane at O2, playing at R3, or pulling out the stone. So black simply just covers, and then I can hane, and then black has to fix. Black cannot play here, because since white cut first, white's able to play here, which is an Atari, and then capture. So in the game, black just fixed, and then I fixed. And then black pincered. I don't know why he pincered so far away. Well, I understand that, actually. What I don't understand why he doesn't... I attached, he doesn't play in the corner. Why give white an easy access into the corner? Like black spent these 3 moves, or these 2 moves, one at O17 and one at R13. Black should think to be like, yeah, I don't care. Let's fight. I have all these stones on the right side. Let's fight. Yeah, but by going on this side, you can see this stone's almost useless, right? Black should have almost just had gone here instead. And maybe he should have, but yeah, this was too generous to white. Laihane, Geeks. And here's another important tidbit. With this, it's almost Joseki, because it's not really played in the opening. It's more of like a middle game sequence. But we'll just use the word Joseki. You have to descend. The reason is this move is Ajikeshi. And I'll explain why. So in the game, black Atari'd and connected, and allowed me to go here. And black would like to be able to block, but in this case, it's not entirely Sente. However, if you don't make this exchange, white still has to play here, but now this is definitely Sente. And the reason is, in this scenario, if white ignores, black can kill by peeping at R18. Obviously, there's a cut here. White can't really block at S18, and because black just captures, so white has to go here. But then black can then wedge at Q18. So white would be dead. Notice what I mean by this is Ajikeshi is black loses the Aji of being able to peep at R18. And because you have to come back and protect anyways, that's why it's worse. And in this case, it's Ko for white in the corner. So white is able to ignore, because the best black can get is this Ko like this. And if black has to spend another move to kill, where white gets another free move elsewhere, it's too expensive for black. It's just not worth it for black. So whenever this shape comes up in the corner, always descend. Always descend. So this was also a very nice move. Or this was very, for white, like I was feeling pretty good after this, because I played there. And even here, like, because it's not directly Sente, black should just play in the center like this. But I guess he thought it was Sente, so he blocked. But then I could Hane, and this Hane is humongous. Humongous. And then black cut. So now we have a huge fight in the center, where if black can take the right side, black probably wins. But if white lives anywhere, white wins. Now, unfortunately for black, there's just a move that works directly for white, and that's this move. This move is threatening to net this stone at L14, right? If black protects here, white can net. Doesn't have to ladder, white can net. If black fixes, though, white is then able to push. And you can see the ladder actually doesn't work, because it would go to stones here and yeah, just ladder. But the net actually works, because if black has to play here, but then white can squeeze and then push. And you can see black's unable to block because this is an Atari. So white can actually cut off the lower left, which wouldn't be good. That would not be good. So this move just works. Now, black can try to play this one, and the point of this move would be that if white tries the same squeeze, when white tries to net, this move is an Atari. Before, if black had played here, when this squeeze happened, black was unable to push through. Oops, sorry. Black was unable to push here because black would just be captured, right? So black can try to play here, but it doesn't help because white just extends. And the squeeze works again because white has more liberties now. White has 5 liberties. So black needs to protect. And it looks like, well, now white can't net these. Well, white definitely can't ladder these, but white also can't net these. But actually white can. White can still net these stones. If black tries to jump by going here, white can squeeze. Like so. like this. So what if black does the other jump? Go over here. Well, then white can push through and cut. Black needs to Atari. But as you can see, black can't get more than 2 liberties. Right? Yeah. Black tries to descend, white can Atari once. And then descend here. And black is just captured. Yeah, so that would be a disaster for black. Yeah, in the game though, I think black did go here. Oops. When I extended, black extended again, and then I could push. And I was actually proud of myself because I did actually read these during the game. This wasn't just, you know, placing stones down and hoping for something. So I cut off the lower left, which is pretty big. And then he plays there. And again, if black needs to spend another move, it's not worth it. So I play in the center. Similarly, black would like to be able to cut, but this move once again threatens this net, so black needs to extend, but then white can Hane, and black is actually just captured this time. So black needs to Hane here. And then I play an unusual looking move, but I think it's good, on the iron pillar. Again, really trying to emphasize Sabaki here. Just playing a move like this isn't forceful enough. So attach. And even though I'm attaching to stones that have more than one stone, I guess, a group that has more than one stone, you know, it still kind of prompts a response. Black Hane's here. I think black needs to be a little more aggressive, like with a move like this or something. But by going here, this is what white wanted. White can then double Hane. And you can see white's starting to get some eye space here. Plays there, and then attach. This move's, I think, pretty good. What this move is doing is if black, you know, plays here, this move is very painful for black because if black just connects here, white can then Atari here, and would then be able to cut off these stones in the center, which would be pretty bad. Black goes here though. That means a move like this is Sente, or even like this move's pretty dangerous. Black does not have a lot of liberties. So black plays here. Then I played there again, threatening to pull out the stone. So black has to cover, and then I cover. So I'm asking for some eye space in the center, but also creating some eyes right here. Black clamps, get rid of those eyes, but then I get the Hane. Black covers, cut. This cut is to get this move in Sente. Black connects, and then I block there. So you can see creating eyes here. Black needs to go there. And then I had a goof in my reading. I was reading, okay, well if I do this, obviously I'm dead. Because, you know, this moves Sente, and if I go there, I'm dead. If I connect, I'm dead. If I do this one, very similarly, Atari, and I'm just dead. If I do this one though, if black just Ataris, I would actually be alive, right? But black can Atari here, and if I do this, black can Atari, and I have to connect, and then black can kill me. So that was my reading during the game. So I switched my direction, or my attention, to the upper side, saying, okay, this was a bust, so let me go back to the corner. I mean, I did cut off the corner here, so it's not a bust, but locally here, I was a failure. But, and this is another way, I showed going here first. I showed this ko. This is still ko. This one too. I believe that it doesn't matter which one you do, but in the game, black did this one. Notice this is the ko. So I play there. This is a ko threat if black ignores. I can Atari. Oops, Atari here. And then this is an Atari. And then I can kill black. So this is a ko threat. Black connects. Take. Black throws in. Yes, that's a co-threat. But then I'm like, wait a second. This actually is not dead. Because my reading was incorrect. Right? Before I was reading, black goes there. If I go here, when black Ataris, I have to go here, and black, kills white. But actually, I can go here. And this is a co. Right? Co for this, for 2 eyes. So yeah, that's some pretty interesting reading from some pretty strong players, right? 5 dons. Yeah, it's pretty. Took me a little bit, but I did eventually find the move. So that is a co-threat. Black needs to connect. So I take. So black Ataris, I take. So now this is a direct co to live. Co-threat. Black needs to answer. And black plays here. So since I cut off the corner, that means black has a lot of co-threats. So I play there. Co-threat. And black plays here. And I ignore. So I was pretty confident I can kill this, but as I found out doing the review, actually black can live here. So black played there. This is the mistake. Black can just live by going here. If white pushes and then blocks, black can do this one. Like this. White needs to go here to kill. White needs... Well, let's see. If white goes here, black can go here. And white needs to go here to kill. But then black can extend here. White needs to do this to kill, but when black plays here, you can see the issue. White needs to throw in to make this a false side, but then black can cut. And then would be able to capture the 5 stones. So that doesn't work. Even if white exchanges this first, I believe it still doesn't help. Because after this, black can then do this clamp. Threatening to cut here, but also cut here. So if, let's see, if white connects, white just connects there, black cuts here, and it's just game over for white. So white needs to like connect here, but then cut, and then block, and then white dies here. So nothing white can do to kill black in this way. White can do this one though. Similarly though, to kill, white needs to Hane, but then black can make, or black, actually, yeah, black has this move. Yeah. Very similarly. It's too much for white to handle. This clamp's very good, I guess is what I'm saying. Because this clamp exists, white, this move is Sente. So whenever this is Sente, right, that means black will be alive. Because this is only Ko if white has filled in all the outside liberties, but of course white hasn't done that, right? Actually, it's not, wait, hold on. Why did I think this was not Ko? Oh, by going here. Oh wait, no, that one is Ko. Go here. Yeah, sorry. Black doesn't take, black connects here. Again, white needs to go here. Black takes, white needs to throw in. But then black can do this. And then white can't capture. Yeah. Order of moves. So because of this, basically because of this peep at F, or this clamp at F2, D2 is Sente. So as long as D2 is Sente, white cannot take out the eye. And if white takes D2, black can just live. Yeah, just to show it, black can just live. So yeah, black just lives if black goes here, I'm pretty sure. Black goes here, which makes things a little more interesting. I cover, and then black tries to go here. Yeah, notice how playing here gets rid of all those, gets rid of the D2 move, which means E3 doesn't exist anymore, the clamp. so I'm able to push through. So I push through, and then we have a ko here. I take, and again, black actually doesn't have any ko threats because I lived here. This group in the center is alive because this is cut off, and white's too solid in the upper right. So black plays here. I just take though. Obviously, this is huge, especially since I got to live here. And then black took, and then I took here. The reason I don't resolve this directly is because it's actually ko threats, right? So I might need to, fill here or here as ko threats for the upper right. So I take, and the black cuts. I actually don't understand this move. I think it might be trying to make ko threats. I honestly don't know. But I just cover here. Reason I cover is this is actually a huge move and against this group, because black takes, but I can actually play this jump here, which looks like, hey, black just cut me, but if black goes here, this is a double Atari. Right, so black will live, but black will live very small. So after white attached here, black resigned. Yeah. This just, black lost too much in the lower left. Right, black played in the lower left in exchange for white to live here. And then black ended up dying anyways. So, respectable resign. Definitely understandable. And, yeah, just, I don't know what happened in this game for black. Just a few crucial errors in the opening. For sure. Giving up Aji in the corner. Getting split up on the side. And then in the middle game, not handling the Sabaki well, mishandling the corner, just a lot of not huge mistakes. And if you're playing somebody weaker, then they might not have even been able to capitalize. But I was just able to capitalize, and I was finally got a game. I was actually pretty happy with my play, basically all the way through. Yeah. I think that's it for this game, though. Just trying to think. Anything else I want to mention? No, I think that's it. Yeah, the only major mistake for white is the upper left. Not descending, but blocking at e17. Besides that, I felt pretty good about this game, which is good because after games with some pretty bad mistakes, it's nice to finally have a game I'm happy with, especially since I was running the tournament too. Shows that I can do both and still play at a reasonably high level. But yeah, that's it for this game. I wanted to say, that's it for this game, but the tournament is over, right? So results I will post in the video description if you want to check out the divisional winners. I had a Don Division, Q Division, and Double Digit Q Division, so I'll link that in the video description. And I'll say who won the Don Division in the video. So in first place, I actually got first place. So the program decides based on the strength of the opponent's scores. So yeah, I got first place. So I was very happy about that. Very, very happy. And second place is Terry Luo. Sorry if I say your last name wrong, but Terry Luo. He's a good buddy of mine, actually. We hang out at Go Congresses. And he was actually 3-1 as well. But the one game he lost by half a point. So I like to say that he lost the tournament, or he could have gotten first place, or he lost first place by half a point, which is like insane. And then in third place was my dad, actually, Jerry Jaffe, who's he is the headmaster of the ohiogoschool, if you didn't know that. So good job to you. I'm glad that your lessons are paying off and that you are seeing results. That was the top 3. Surprisingly, none of the 4 Dons and 5 Dons that I played got top 3 because they ended up going 2-2. Whereas me and the other top 3 players went 3-1. So I think that's it. I'll hopefully won't have to do another online tournament, and I can have my usual Lake Erie Go tournaments in person in the fall. But we will see. But yeah, it was definitely a fun experience. Doing an online tournament is definitely much more stressful as well. Especially when the server crashed twice during my tournament. Like, what are the chances, right? But yeah, I think I forgot to mention, but in all the videos for this tournament, I'll have links in the description to game records if you want to check out the games yourself and download them, do whatever you want with them. But yeah, that's it for me for this video. That's it for the Lake Erie Lockdown Tournament. I hope you enjoyed this review series, and hopefully I'm gonna keep with doing reviews again, or not reviews, but doing Go videos again, because it's good to be back. But yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.